All right, let's see. The creepiest unsolved mysteries in Monster Hunter. I want to know what these are. I'm curious. Very curious. Is it about the lady who was in love with the
In
Brachydios?
Monster Hunter, if you take on quests and read the descriptions, oftentimes the quests you'll be taking on are given by the guild or the locals nearby.
Dude, seeing actually this gives me so much memory. Dude, the nostalgia's hitting in, man.
You can either be on a quest slaying or capturing monsters, or gathering materials such as special mushrooms, or carrying giant eggs. However, some people who have been playing Monster Hunter for a while noticed something. They've noticed how there was a strange man who keeps reappearing in the quest descriptions in numerous Monster Hunter titles.
Ho ho ho, the time is ripe, the hour has come, now the party begins, we must all dance. Put on your best armor, pick up the best weapon, and greet your partner. Don't forget to bow, ha 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 ha. The Scarlet client is the Scarlet Mystery Man.
And the quests given by him are oddly suspicious. Other people would begin to notice this, bringing countless...
Finally coming onto the Switch next year. It's Dante from Devil May Cry series. Interesting enough, also is in a lot of Elytrion quests as well. The Double Furious or Jank one, if I'm not mistaken. There's others, but I can't remember them at the top of my head.
discussions online, with only a few vague pieces of information
That's forgotten long
the man
ago?
in red
Really
remains
interesting.
a shrouded mystery in Monster Hunter.
The unsolved mystery of the Scarlet Mystery Man. Chapter 1. The Suspicious Act.
There are 5 generations of Monster Hunter as of this recording, and with each Monster Hunter generation...
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was Monster Hunter Try. Never watch. So, it's Monster Hunter 1. Yeah, Monster Hunter 1. Monster Hunter Freedoms. Yeah.
of Monster Hunter as of this...
Yeah, Monster Hunter 2. I played this one. Yeah, the Tiger Rex logo. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Yeah, I remember this one.
And with each Monster Hunter generation...
Yeah. Literally someone told me, or so. I was like, oh, you're mistaken for Monster Hunter Try for Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I'm like, no. I'm calling Monster Hunter Try because it was on the Wii. And then I know there was one for a Wii U version, but I'm calling the one on the Wii. Yeah, there was somebody in the comment section that literally said like, oh, you must be confusing Monster Hunter Try with Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I'm like, no, I know for a fact there's one on the Wii. And if I remember correctly, the one on the Wii was the underwater gimmicky mechanic in the game. You know, the new gimmicky thing that's in that game. That's what I was like, you must be confused or something. Like, no. Like, I may not have played this game, right? Because I never owned a Wii until like super later on or so in life. But like, I know for a fact there was Monster Hunter Try. You know, it was called Monster Hunter Try. So
comes with a few Monster Hunter.
Yeah, and then there's Monster Hunter Generations, which, if I remember correctly, that's on the DS, which I think this is the one that I played, was the Monster Hunter Generations one over here. I did not play Monster Hunters 4 Ultimates. I have Monster Hunter's Generations Ultimates. I have this one. It's on my shelf over there. I only got the chance to play it for a little bit because I used to have the Switch that I technically bought. I gave it to my sister because that's when rumors were coming and like spreading or so that there was going to be a new Nintendo Switch, but that never came until just fucking now, you know. So
titles. Some titles are only
Monster Hunter World, then Monster Hunter Iceborne, then Monster Hunter Rise, and then Sunbreak. Yep.
Released in Japan. The rest are spin-offs.
Let's see. Monster Hunter G, Monster Hunter Portable. I played Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. I played that one. And then I know they have Monster Hunter Yeah, Monster Hunter 2G, portable 2G. I remember seeing that logo before. That's why. And then they also have Frontiers on here. I don't know if these two are Frontiers or if these are the Generations one. So, but yeah.
And long-running series like Monster Hunter Frontier. But for now, we'll just focus on these titles.
Okay.
Scarlet Mystery Man is, well, a mysterious figure in Monster Hunter. There's not much information about him in-game, nor in physical books like in Monster Hunter encyclopedias.
Really?
It's such an ominous character that reappears so often in-game that it's...
The client, the Scarlet Mysterious Man. There are 2 Rajangs, each with golden fur, hunters. I have prepared a special stage for your grandest performance. Demonstrate your true power. He.
Sparked my curiosity.
First generation. Man,
As for
dude.
Scarlet Mystery Man, his name can be found way back since the first generation of Monster Hunter. This would all begin in Monster Hunter G, which is a Japan-exclusive game for the PlayStation 2, and it is the expansion of the original Monster Hunter game. In one of the 7-star key quests in Monster Hunter G, Scarlet Mystery Man would request the hunter to hunt down 2 flying wyverns, Rathalos and Rathian, in the forest.
I have a theory this is the man that encountered all monsters for the first time and sending them as quests to the guild. You think so?
Map. Here's a screenshot of the quest description that I...
Let's see, the king and queen, these 2 at the same time, considerable powers is required to face. I need it. Dear hunters, this successfully completing a request, is it possible?
Found on Wiki, and I also Google translated it. It's not the best translation, but you get the gist of it. Here's another quest given by Scarlet Mystery Man. It's an urgent quest to unlock the 8
Blue king and red queen. Or pink, technically the pink queen. These 2 animals live in a forbidden land. I want you to subdue the flying dragons. Hunters, this ultimate successfully make a request and can be said.
Billy,
I
Gloria,
wonder
and
if I can do it.
Welcome to the gaming frenzy.
Whoa, Gloria!
Get ready for a
Hey,
wild
Gloria!
Ride full of excitement and fun as we dive into epic gaming
Hey, Raiders!
adventures
Welcome,
together.
welcome, or so.
Let's make this session one to remember.
Hey, welcome, guys. How you guys doing? Welcome. We're kind of watching on a little bit of lore, or the mysterious Scarlet Man, or so throughout the Monster Hunter series.
star quest in the guild hall. Hunters will be hunting down 2 flying wyvern subspecies, Azurathalos and Pink Rathian, in the same map, Forest and Hills. The last information that I found online, in one of the 8-star quests, Scarlet Mystery Man will ask
Thank you for the
hunters
follow. Welcome.
to hunt down 2 black gravios in the old volcano.
Holy cow, dude. Wow, I have not heard of that name in such a long time. My theory, this man belongs to a secret org that caused the downfall of the ancient Civ, or tried to cause the same for the current era. Ooh, that would be very interesting. Same old, Gloria. You already know that for a fact. You already know the answer to that.
Luckily, a year later,
Thanks for the
Capcom
11-month
releases
resub,
another
Gilly Gloria.
Monster
Your
Sheesh.
support and positive vibes elevate our gaming fun. Let's continue the adventure together, creating more exciting moments. Nyaru
Damn.
and I appreciate you being part of our gaming family.
Thank you for the 11 months or so. Damn. Like I said, we're looking at the Scarlet Man, this mystery of the Scarlet Man throughout the entire generations of Monster Hunter.
Hunter game called Monster Hunter Freedom. The content
I know,
of this
11
Monster
months,
Hunter
that's
title
crazy.
is based on Monster Hunter G. However, the game doesn't include all of its features. Although in here, we can finally read the quest descriptions of Scarlet Mystery Man that's been decently translated in English.
Kokoto Village.
Rathalos and Rathian. To take both at the same time. You must be very powerful. Hunters, can you kill these beasts? The Pink Rathian and Azure Rathalos have been seen outside the area. I want you to slay them. Can you conquer the ultimate quest? I hear hunting in the volcanic belt is very difficult. Earlier, I spotted 2 Gravios there. Based on the quest descriptions, Scarlet Mystery Man seems to be testing the hunter's hunting capabilities with all these threatening monsters. But why? Why is he testing the hunter's skills? Not long after,
Second
his
generation.
name would make an appearance again in the quest descriptions of the second generation.
Poke Village.
Moreover, this would also be the time where his quests will get quite suspicious.
Dude, honestly, Poke Village just brings back so many memories, dude. Like, they would have that one lady or so that would come back every so often after a couple quests to sell like rare items and stuff like that. Oh, dude. Those were the times, man. Those were the times. Give me a second, chat. It looks like I have to go do something real quick, so. Alright, there we go. I'm back. My return. Sorry about the delay as always. Let's continue the suspicious man. Shall we? But the most unsolved, creepiest mystery. Ooh, ooh.
In the fragmented lore of Monster Hunter.
The powerful monsters of legend.
If we take a look at Scarlet Mystery Man's quest in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, which is the Western release of Monster Hunter Portable 2nd G, 2 of Scarlet Mystery Man's quest involve hunting down 2 powerful black dragons. To some of you who aren't familiar with the black dragons, basically,
Fatalis.
in the lore of Monster Hunter, black dragons are known to be powerful monsters. As for the Hunters Guild, the central governing association of Monster Hunter, they don't know enough about the black dragons to even research them. They are simply extremely rare and extremely dangerous, which makes it difficult for researchers to try to learn more about it. Hence, there are no documents or any form of material to go by about these black dragons. It's an ancient tale told by an NPCs and passed down from generation to generation. All of them are hidden away as monsters of legend, which makes it so odd how Scarlet Mystery Man knows the forthcoming of these black dragons. One of the black dragons are Crimson Fatalis, a powerful black dragon that resides in the harsh volcanic region. In Freedom Unite, the volcanic region would be called the Battleground, which is the back-end location of the volcanic belt. It appears that time has finally come. The blood-stained scales of the red dragon have graced the earth again in flaming glory. If you can stop this beast. Besides that, Scarlet Mystery Man prepares an arena for the hunters to hunt down 2 Rajangs. It's an extremely violent fanged beast that's capable of using electricity-based attacks.
I remember that.
There are 2 Rajang, each with golden fur. Hunters, I have prepared a special stage for your grandest performance. Demonstrate your true power. Till this day, a lot of old world hunters could never forget this terrifying quest. Lastly,
Dude, that shit was so fucking hard. It's so annoying. And that shit took me a while to fucking to beat that one.
Scarlet Mystery Man would tease the hunters to hunt down another black dragon called White Fatalis.
Yeah.
White Fatalis, also known as Old Fatalis, is another powerful black dragon in the old world of Monster Hunter.
I kind of like this Fatalis the most, the White Fatalis. I kind of like him, or Old Fatalis, you know. He looks cool. Man, it would have been so cool if they actually brought him or so, you know.
Unlike Crimson Fatalis, this black dragon has the ability to use and summon red lightning storms. Hunters would go and hunt this monster on top of the ancient tower.
Yo, hot take. I would love for them if they ever bring back this region back to like a newer, you know, to the newer ones. I would love to see like this one return, at least this specific region anyways. It'd be pretty cool.
The time has finally come. Here's your invitation to the ball. Wear your Sunday's best and bring your greatest weapon. For it is time to go to the dance with the king of disaster.
3rd generation.
Scarlet Mystery Man would also make an appearance on the quest descriptions of the 3rd generation. Similar to the 2nd generation, Scarlet Mystery Man would yet again request hunters to hunt down powerful black dragons, as well as rare species known in-game.
Portable 3rd, right?
In the high rank 6 of Monster Hunter Portable 3rd,
Yeah.
Scarlet Mystery Man would come again and ask hunters to hunt down both the rare species of Rathalos and Rathian in the Misty Peaks.
Oh my god, dude, the
Tonight
Misty
will be
Peaks,
our
dude.
festival, but rumors are spreading that 2 monsters will appear. We don't want our festival to be cancelled because of this. Please seek those monsters. Upon reading his quest description, I can assume that this was the time where the Yakumo village is celebrating its festival. In one of the event quest descriptions of Monster Hunter
Goody.
Portable 3rd,
Welcome,
one of
welcome.
the quests involve around hunting down the super version of Amatsu. I've already made a video about Amatsu and how it
You know the most shittiest thing about it? I was almost getting there to fight Amatsu. That would have been probably like the first time ever fighting Amatsu ever. But then my cousin deleted my save file and I never even bothered to replay it again. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm not redoing this shit again, so.
nearly destroyed the Yakumo village. But basically, Amatsu is a powerful monster that can produce terrifying storms, massive tornadoes, and water beams from its mouth.
It would have been so cool to be able to fight him or so, but then he like deleted my file. So, granted, of course, right? He didn't understand it, right? So he accidentally deleted it. And yeah, so.
The end of the world is here. The legendary dragon, Amatsu Magatsuchi, approaches. It creates huge hurricanes to destroy the village. Hunters, if there's a possibility, slay him right away. In the other event quest, hunters would be requested to hunt down the super version of Alatrion. Alatrion, also known as the Blazing Black Dragon, is another powerful black dragon, similar to the ones that I mentioned a while ago.
Oh, really? He's in Portable 3rd too as well? Man, dude, that fucking sucks. Oh, it would have been so fun to fight these guys. Oh my god, it pisses me off.
What makes Alatrion so strong is how it can wield multiple elements such as dragon, fire, ice, thunder, and water, which is discovered later on. Gentlemen, it's time for the ultimate test. A black dragon will appear in front of you. The Alatrion. Don't be scared, even though he is a powerful ancient dragon. Wisdom will win the battle.
Wisdom will win the battle. Interesting.
Scarlet Mystery Man's quests in Monster Hunter 3rd Ultimate is no different from Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. Hunters would be taking on both the rare species of Rathalos and Rathian.
But I found you from YouTube. I just came to follow real quick before I went to sleep. It was nice surprise to see you live. Have a good day and night, everyone. Yeah, take care. No worries. You are welcome to come hang out. You know, I welcome anybody from the YouTube community to come hang out with me. You take care. You be safe. Have a wonderful rest. Take care. Take care.
Foolish hunters, the feast is at hand, and you
Is that
shall be
Diablos?
the guest of honor.
Oh no.
Succumb
Oh, is
to
that
the
Silver
rhythm,
Rathalos?
and you may yet survive this night of madness. But beware, tonight the moon
I'll explain
drinks
later.
blood. And 2 kinds of quests hunting down the black dragon Alatrion. Why must hunters always seek the most difficult trials? Does their greed conquer their common sense? No matter, you wish a challenge? You shall have one. Arm yourself for a purifying trial with an Alatrion.
Interesting. So he showed up on the Wii U version. Interesting. So who's the on the Tri version?
who's the actual like big boss? Like who's the actual final big boss in the game? Like what ancient dragon is there, or is it just underwater stuff completely? Because I know the whole gimmick mechanic on that one was like completely underwater.
I've been waiting, Hunter. Now comes your final challenge. A Latreon, a dragon of darkness and light. Can mere mortal tell an elder dragon feared even by the gods? Don't even bother saying your prayers. Scarlet Mystery Man's quest appearance is an obvious pattern at this point. Once hunters reach the endgame, he then challenges hunters to slay the black dragons or any known powerful monsters. His quest would appear either on the highest ranks or event quests of Monster Hunter.
4th generation.
After some time, Scarlet Mystery Man also made an appearance on the 4th generation of Monster Hunter. And by appearance, I mean...
I think that's the one that had the demo, I think. Because I know I played one of the Monster Hunter games on the DS, but like the demo version of it. I don't know if it's this one or if it's the other one.
Your trial is at hand, Hunter. It is said that the Dalamadur can pierce the edges of the sky. Will its presence embolden or terrify you? Soon we shall find out.
Dude, I would have loved to fight Dalamadur, dude. That would have been so cool.
The heavens conspire against mankind when the golden moon and silver sun collide. A new door shall open. Arise, bold hunter, and see your deeds forever etched in the constellations.
Interesting.
The Scarlet Terror has come out of hiding. Will you stand against it, hunter? The end of our story has yet to be written, after all. The time has arrived. Look, the scales of red adorn the crimson dragon. The final stage has been set, hunter. Go out and greet the face of death itself.
Damn, would have been cool to fight this thing, actually. Would have been so cool. But unfortunately, I was poor, so...
A few years later, Scarlet Mystery Man would also make an appearance on the quest descriptions of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. I've got something special whipped up for you today.
Two Rajangs.
Two Rajangs sporting shiny gold coats. Hope you're ready to give them all you've got, cause they don't know how to go easy on anybody.
Misty
The
Peaks.
time is ripe. We're having a large banquet tonight. Come forth, you reckless hunters. The mood demands fresh blood. Do what you can to survive this night of madness and revelry.
It's interesting how it's Rajangs. It's usually 2 Rajangs and a Rathian and a Rathalos together, and then it's a Fatalis at the very end, you know? It's very interesting.
Long time no see, hunters.
Or
I've
Latreon.
prepared a test for you all. This day, your opponent is an Alatreon, which will emerge victorious in battle. You or the beast feared by the very heavens themselves. Ho ho ho, the time is ripe, the hour has come. Now the party begins and we must all dance, dance, dance. Put on your best armor, pick your best weapon, and greet your partner. Don't forget to bow. It's come. The time has come. Not to mention the dragon. Its scales are steeped in blood. It leaves hellfire in its wake. Hunter, if you think you can stop it, then now is the time to give it a whirl. There's nothing left to say. If you wish to claim the title of the strongest hunter, you must come forth and forge your own path to glory. Destiny waits for no one, hunter.
Chapter 2, The Disappearance.
In the 5th generation of Monster Hunter, the first Monster Hunter title introduced is Monster Hunter World, one of the most ambitious Monster Hunter title the Monster Hunter team has ever done. I've read through each of the quest descriptions to see whether Scarlet Mystery Man has given a quest to the hunters, and upon checking each of the quests, Scarlet Mystery Man was never found. And because of that, I ended up reading through each of the quest descriptions in Monster Hunter World Iceborne, the expansion title of Monster Hunter World. Went through each of the quest descriptions, including the event quests. However, Scarlet Mystery Man was never found.
Or maybe they just, maybe they just never bothered to add him. Maybe they probably forgot,
Even on the quest that was most likely to be given by him, Rajang, Coldrathian,
Yeah.
Silverathalos,
Yeah.
Alatrion, Fatalis, none of them are requested by Scarlet Mystery Man. But why? What could have happened to him?
World trash confirmed. The Electron Investigation, Chapter 3.
In July 10, 2020, Gaijin Hunter posted this tweet, curiously thinking if Capcom would decide to add Scarlet Mystery Man as part of the lore in the final title update of Iceborne. Obviously, we already know Scarlet Mystery Man wasn't added in the game. However,
Take care,
someone
laser.
replied under Gaijin Hunter's tweet. After you defeat Alatrion, there's an interesting dialogue with the Third Fleet Chief. After looking up the dialogue of the Third Fleet Master, here's what the Third Fleet Master said. But just before we set sail home, a group of, how shall I say, self-important people showed up. They're the type that fear the old gods, and they came with a warning for us. Stay ignorant of what true fear is, one said. There are things better left unknown, said another. On my way back, that's all I could think about. Just light the flame and burn it all. But what would burning anything accomplish? If the flame was to be lit? Things really are taking an interesting turn. Yes, a fervent turn. Although it is unclear whether or not this conversation with the Third Fleet Master is connected to Scarlet Mystery Man. Self-important people could just mean a bunch of people who refuse to believe a monster like Alatrion could have existed. As I've mentioned earlier, these monsters are, if not, mere legends.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Electron was so fun to fight against in World. He was so fun. Chapter 4, the 1,000-year-old backstory.
Scarlet Mystery Man is certainly one of the most enigmatic characters in the Monster Hunter series. It's uncertain whether or not he's helping the hunters or he's just using them as entertainment. Based on the observation that we've gotten on these quest descriptions, Scarlet Mystery Man has a questionable amount of knowledge with regards to the Black Dragons. More often, these types of information are concealed by the guild or unknown to the guild. But what about Scarlet Mystery Man's backstory? As of this recording, there hasn't really been any concrete information about the origins of Scarlet Mystery Man. However, during the 9th episode of the Third Fleet podcast, Bandino, who is a well-known Monster Hunter researcher in the Monster Hunter community, he shared a bit of interesting information about Scarlet Mystery Man.
I mean, not much is really known. All we know is that about 1,000 years ago, Fatalis descended on Strayed, and basically, it turned that place into its own personal nest, and it didn't leave any survivors, at least as far as we know. But this interesting thing was, around the time that Fatalis appeared, at least a couple of months before it appeared, a mysterious person in a red cloak appeared in front of the king, and he actually, seemingly, he kind of was like he kind of foretold or was like an omen for Fatalis' coming.
Is that the scarlet clothed man? The scarlet robed man?
Yep, that's freaky thing is, He appeared 1,000 years ago, yet in game we still get quests from him to this very day.
With that said,
It could be what's the name of that one race or so that survives? I assume that one race survives a really long time, right? What is it? What's that specific race called or so? With the weird, what is it? With the 3 hands, with 3 fingers or whatever? I assume they survive the longest, right?
it is no wonder why Scarlet Mystery Man strangely knows a lot about the Shade Kingdom and Fatalis. After researching a bit more about the Shade Kingdom and Fatalis, I found a short fairy tale known as The Legend of the Black Dragon. This can be read in Monster Hunter Freedom and Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. In the Hunter's Trivia, Hunting Life, a monthly magazine for hunters. It's an interesting fairy tale, although it wasn't mentioned who wrote it. So, I had to look it up. And what I've got is this fairy tale was written by a poet clad in red. Could that be Scarlet Mystery Man? Some of you may be familiar with it already, but here's what it says. Hasn't there been a song stuck in your head? A song sung by children all across the land. A song with soul sung diligently in the streets and in the alleys. What is that song? The Legend of Death. Death by a giant wyvern has been revived. It is the Legend of the Black Dragon. Everyone should know it, as it is based on a famous fairy tale. However, I think the fact that everyone is singing this song is actually a sign. They say children are always the first to foretell the changing of the world. They are said to have special sense for these kinds of things. I have gathered as much information as I could from the corners of this world, and I have told those who should be told. However, no one believes me. This is why I have begged for a few pages in the Hunting Life, explained the legend to all who care to learn. The Legend of the Black Dragon is said to exist everywhere, and while there are changes in the lyrics depending on the location, the content of the song is the same. So please, understand that the lyrics printed below are representative of the song as I know it. The lyrics may be different where you are located. The Legend of the Black Dragon. When the world is full of wyverns, the legend is revived. Meat is eaten, bone is crunched, and blood is sucked up dry. He burns the earth and melts through iron. He boils the rivers and mows down trees.
Not as our
He awakens
okay,
the winds
buddy.
and lights an inferno. He is called Fatalis, the wyvern of destiny. He is called Fatalis, the wyvern of destruction.
Dude, I would totally love to
Call
fight him
for
again,
help,
to be
Run
honest.
for your lives.
I think
and don't
fighting
forget
Fatalis
to
is so
pray to
fun.
the skies. He is called Fatalis, the wyvern of destiny. He is called Fatalis, the wyvern of destruction. Fatalis, Fatalis, heaven and earth are yours. Fatalis, Fatalis, heaven and earth are yours.
Interesting.
It is a terrifying fairy tale. No other character could have created this besides the one who truly knows about Fatalis. You can also hear this being sung in what I think is in Monster Hunter language as you hunt down Fatalis. Even with all this information, we're still left with a lot of questions.
Chapter 5, Scarlet Mysterious Man Theories.
There have been a few theories bounced around in the Monster Hunter community
Okay.
on who Scarlet Mystery Man is and how he managed to have lived for so long. After exploring some social media platforms, finding theories about Scarlet Mystery Man, I found some theories that are humorous, like Scarlet Mystery Man is basically Santa Claus, or he is Dante all along in Devil May Cry games, and some theories could be on to something interesting. Let's go through each one of them.
Okay. Pass down
One
Scarlet
theory
Robe.
online suggests that Scarlet Mystery Man may not be a single person. Instead, The reason why hunters have been receiving quests for the past few Monster Hunter titles is because Scarlet Mystery Man could be passing down his mantle and information from one person to the next. Simply put, Scarlet Mystery Man has a successor. Logically, this would make sense on how Scarlet Mystery Man still manages to give quests for so long. But why would he do that? Who does he pick as a successor? Shouldn't he give the info to the guild instead? There's a lot of rabbit hole questions from this theory, so I'll leave it on to you watching this video.
Founder of the
Another
guild.
theory shared online suggests that Scarlet Mystery Man is involved in the creation of the guild. It is speculated that he is once a guild knight, interestingly enough that these knights are wearing a red uniform, or he was once a higher ranking official from the guild. This somewhat explains why he has a significant amount of knowledge as to where or some of the powerful monsters are. Continuing on this theory, there's this strange, unobtainable item that can be found on Monster Hunter G. It is called Guildmaster's Earrings. Gaijin Hunter expanded on this during the Third Fleet podcast with Rurikon and Bandino.
One thing that was really interesting, and you guys, it's funny I even mentioned this because I hate data mining, and it's something that I've always hated. But there was someone who data mined Monster Hunter G, like the original like PlayStation 2 game, like way back when, and there was an item that you couldn't get in the game that was still in the data, called it was called the Guildmaster Earring, and the description says an earring given by a founding father of the guild by the mysterious Scarlet Man. So they were hinting that the mysterious Scarlet Man was involved with the creation of the guild itself. So I think it's Tsujimoto. I have to assume it's a joke at this point, but there's no hint whatsoever of who this character is.
Huh. I actually didn't know that.
It's a strange connection between the two, but it adds more mystery to who Scarlet Mystery Man is and what's his connection to the guild.
Human incarnation
There's
of
also a
of a
crazy
black
theory
dragon.
suggesting Scarlet Mystery Man could be the human incarnation of Crimson Fatalis, based on the colors dressed up, and every quest could just be as well a challenge for hunters to fight him. This theory is a bit of a stretch. The problem with this theory is that Scarlet Mystery Man predates Crimson Fatalis. He also tends to post different quests, and there's no indication that monsters like these can take on a human form in Monster Hunter. Although there's an alternate theory explaining how some monsters can possess or resonate with other beings. A few days ago, while I was making this script, there was a post on Reddit theorizing Scarlet Mystery Man could have some sort of Wyverian linking connection to Fatalis, similar to the situation of the two Wyverians, Minoto and Hinoa, in Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, aren't they like a specific race or so? And I'm just kind of like wondering, maybe the Scarlet Man is probably that specific race. Yeah, I just couldn't remember. I just couldn't remember specifically what race this was.
Where Hinoa was resonating with Ibushi and Minoto with Narwa. Both of these monsters would communicate with each other, plotting a catastrophe. It's an interesting theory, but it's unclear if Fatalis could even do such a thing, although it does tick some of the questions that we have on Scarlet Mystery Man. Like, how did Scarlet Mystery Man manage to live for such a long time and still provide quests?
True.
There's a possibility that he's an old wandering Wyverian.
Yep.
Another question would be, how did Scarlet Mystery Man manage to pinpoint the forthcoming of the rare species monsters and other black dragons? He could have been possessed, or he could be resonating with some of the powerful monsters, thus gaining the knowledge.
True.
Nevertheless, these are just a few theories that we have on Scarlet Mystery Man. There's a lot more left
I'm gonna be honest with you. I love the twins in Monster Hunter Rise. I think they're both fucking hot.
unanswered. We can be constructing 1,000 theories about Scarlet Mystery Man.
Also, Also, what's her name? Viso Rain? Something Rain or so? Ryan or whatever her name is, right? Rain? I forgot her name already, but like she's cute as well.
He's such an eerie character that's been reappearing in almost every Monster Hunter title as of this recording. Monster Hunter Rise
Except for Monster Hunter World, though. I think they forgot about him.
Sunbreak isn't complete yet, and I'm quite curious if he's ever going to show up in one of the quest descriptions in that game. I'd be hoping too much if he manages to reveal himself. The setting in Sunbreak is already about a fallen kingdom. I'd love to know your theory on Scarlet Mystery Man. Maybe we can piece something together. But for now, he remains a mystery in Monster Hunter, a Scarlet Man, waiting in the shadows to meet your demise.
That's cool. That's really fucking cool, to be honest. I like this. I like the whole lore stuff, man. The whole lore stuff on Monster Hunter is very interesting. It always piques my interest every single time. That's cool. That's really cool. Never really paid attention to the to like who posts like the quest and everything like that. That's cool. That's cool. What a very interesting video. This was like 2 years ago too. It kind of just randomly popped up on my feed or so, and I was just like, what's this all about? So yeah. I just never even bothered looking at like stuff like that overall. So I think it's pretty cool. Anyways, that's pretty neato. That's actually pretty neato. I like it. Good shit. Very good shit. Love Monster Hunter lore.